colleagues and ladies and gentlemen of the House. You know, this morning I started with the morning order, and I was telling you how proud I was of y'all because of this year, the process of dealing with the Second Amendment rights issues. And I talked about a lot of those people in the hitherlands who really didn't have an issue, but they were putting out so much misinformation. Well, I want to give you an update because you deserve that. And every member in here, whether you voted for House Bill 512 or Senate Bill 101, I think you deserve to know exactly what has happened. This has been an ongoing process. Since Senate Bill 101 left this House, went to the Senate, and just as House Bill 512, the Senate did not do a whole lot. We went into the conference committee that started on Tuesday. We had a couple of meetings. Yesterday was a naught day. Hard to find the senators. We cleaned up at first after the first couple of conference committee meetings. We did a lot of cleanup, perfected the bill, and you know, you should find it is no surprise because everybody knows that there was one issue, and that was the campus carry issue. You know, we were fighting an uphill battle. The fourth branch of government, the Board of Regents, had declared taboo. And I say that, and y'all know, and I mean, I don't say that disrespectful, but that's exactly right. The Board of Regents has been opposed from day one, and yes, they are the fourth branch of government. So yesterday, we couldn't get the senators until 2:30, and we had somewhat of a meeting. And at that time, they put forth a proposition. And the proposition was, and they kept hiding behind the skirts of the guy on the second floor, that they wanted training if they were going to go into the campus carry. And reluctantly, the committee, your committee on the conference, we gave in. And we said, yes, if this is what it takes to pass this, because ladies and gentlemen, I will go back to what I have told you all along. And I'm so proud of this body that this was the most comprehensive Second Amendment rights issues and the passage of that we've had in decades in this assembly. But we passed it, we agreed to it. We put the smell test on it. And then this morning when we came back in, ladies and gentlemen, the Senate had moved that goalpost. All of a sudden, because we had agreed to one set of the rules, that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So then they wanted everybody to stand for this training. And that was what we could not do. That's what we could not do. So that's where it went. We couldn't get the Senate conferees to meet with us, to sit down across the table. We were hoping that the sanitation of the press being there might actually bring the folks out. Those folks who have signed pledges about their Second Amendment support, that we could get them to do it. And it didn't work. So now, at 5 minutes to 11, the conferees, they say, were released in the Senate to vote their conscience. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, they voted and they signed the report. But you know, while we were getting it printed for the House here, and we knew that it would take a motion for this House, for the members of this House, to suspend the rules of allowing that conference committee report to sit. It takes 2/3 in the Senate. And they've already released their senators. One of the senators on the conference committee has already took a hiatus and gone south. So, you know, it's the same old game. But that being said, I want to say this one more time. Each and every one of you in this House, especially you who voted in favor of 512 in the House and 101, and even to the folks who voted in opposition, you did it in a straight up and down manner. Such a better process than what we have been dealt with. And I will tell you that when you come back next year, you very well may have an opportunity to deal with this again. But for those of you out there, for each and every one of you, who have supported the Second Amendment rights, who have fretted, who have lost sleep, that's gotten all the emails, that's got all the nasty phone calls. Let me tell you something. Keep the faith, because you have nothing to feel ashamed of. And I want to thank you. And I want to say what a great session it is, and all I can say is, pack your pistol. Thank you.